when somebody's fronting you, we can do the simplest thing in the world at the halfway point. When I line up, I look to my teammate and say, hey, I'm gonna be on the 4-5 side. So I'll swim down towards the 2 post. At the last second, I'll quickly go over to the 3 post. I'll spin and I'll hold position. That prevents the guy from front of me from the beginning. Now, if somebody gets in front of me and is fronting me, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swim to the 2-meter line. Then I'm gonna lock up with the player and I'm gonna push them towards the 5-meter position. Whatever post I'm closest to, whether it be the 2 post or 3 post, I'm gonna get them to at least 4 meters. Then I'm gonna turn and seal facing one side. It's my teammate's job then to move the ball to that side and enter it to me facing up. So imagine I swam to the 2-meter line, I lock up with Wolf, I push him backwards. Okay. The second that I get to 4 meters, I'm gonna slide underneath and I'm gonna seal. Imagine I'm facing the 1-2 side, they move the ball. He tries to retreat because he knows I have all this inside water. As he's doing that, I'm backing up with a breaststroke kick as much as possible. The key here is that when I reach and step to the ball, that I reach to the side of the ball. I don't want to be underneath and I don't want to be on top in this particular thing. When I step to the ball and I get my hand to the side, I'm going to do a sweeping motion, using my arm as a lever. You can have a slight bend, but I prefer to keep my arm pretty straight in this shot. In the backhand, we're going to be stepping to the ball with our legs as well as reaching out for the ball. As I move forward, I'm going to twist my hips and reach with my legs and pull myself towards the ball with my legs. What I don't want to do in the backhand shot specifically is I don't want to reach over and fall too far on my stomach. I actually want to get to the ball with my legs. The key is roll over top, wrist to the inside, elbow up enough, slight bend here in our elbow. We don't want to have our arm too straight. We won't get enough power on it. Slight bend. As the ball enters, I'm going to slide underneath the ball. I'm going to use a breaststroke motion, and then I'm going to snap over my hips to finish the ball, trying to keep the ball up above my head so that I don't bring my arm towards the defender. We're not tapping it out, we're flipping it out. So I'm just flipping with my wrist a little bit underneath. And then I also want to be able to do this from my stomach, quickly, often just grabbing it and flipping it with my fingers. So if you watch in slow motion, I'm just turning my hand a little bit to give myself an arc to them. And then I'm practicing where it ends up every time so that I can be more accurate with the flip out in any situation.
today. So hopefully they can continue that defensive pressure. And another opportunity. No pass into the center. Exclusion ball. Nice shot.
So BC, or ball control drill. This is for the 2-meter man to work on ball control and movement of the shoulders, as well as the underwater split 8-meter. In this drill, you'll notice the 2-meter man. He's going from on top position with the ball, dragging his hand to underneath the ball and moving it to the next position. It's not his arm is leading, it's his shoulder that is leading, because the ball must stay within the shoulder range. If the ball is left outside the shoulder range, we are now giving the defense an opportunity to steal the ball or jump around and steal the ball. The other thing you'll notice is that his one arm, if a defender jumps to his right, his left shoulder protects that defender and his right hand goes to the ball. It's not his left hand, it's the right hand. It's the opposite arm or shoulder protecting the defender. One thing you'll always hear coaches say is keep your head above the water. Notice this offensive player does a great job of keeping the visual of the game, the crashers, as well as where the goalie is in all of his movements. Water camera, you'll notice the offensive player is facing him. As soon as the ball comes in his triangle, he goes underneath with his right or left arm to the opposite armpit to reestablish or to establish position. If you notice in this, he fakes a stroke or takes a stroke to one side of the pool and spins out of it, establishing position to the other triangle. You'll notice here when the guy does spin inside, his shoulders immediately go into the protected state, his head is buried into his chest, his head is above water, and he creates separation from his defender with his split 8.